The latest adaptation of Louisa May Alcott's Little Women, directed by Greta Gerwig, has been nominated for 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. With an all-star cast including Saoirse Ronan, Florence Pugh, Emma Watson, Laura Dern, and Meryl Streep, this adaptation attempts to retell the familiar story of the March Sisters. I'm Ronald Young Jr., and this is Leaving the Theater.
Further blurring the lines between author Louisa May Alcott and her semi-autobiographical heroine, Jo March. That answers your question, right?
Thank you.
Yes. I understood what you were saying.
No, you did not.
No, I did, because that's why I looked this up, so I could answer your
you gotta
question.
stop talking, man. This is recording already.
Oh, Lord.
This is the first time. All right, let's go. Thank you. All right, this is Ronald, and I am leaving the theater after seeing Little Women. And I am here with guest Little Woman herself.
How did I know you were going to make that joke?
Go ahead and say who you are.
Molly.
All right, yes, I'm here with guest Little Woman Molly. And let me adjust my level per usual. I think we're good there. Okay. So you heard us debating a little bit about the ending of the movie. And again, this is one of the movies that was nominated for Best Picture. So, hold on one second. Let me pull up my notes. I put them on my phone now. That way I'm not dropping my book down a flight of stairs again.
That's a good idea. Smart.
Okay. So, oh, you don't know where you're going. I'm like, why am I following you?
We're both turned around.
This way. We gotta go. Okay. All right. So, Little Women, directed by Greta Gerwig, written by Greta Gerwig, based on the novel Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, starring Saoirse Ronan, Emma Watson, aka Hermione, Florence Pugh, Laura Dern, Timothee Chalamet, Meryl Streep, Tracy Bob Odenkirk, James Norton, Louis Garrel, and Chris Cooper in an actually great role for Chris Cooper. You're walking real fast like we're going to get in the car. We got to finish the review before we get in the car. Okay, so let me make sure I'm not going to peek here. Don't want to lose these precious seconds. Okay, so Little Women was nominated for 6 Academy Award. Little Women was nominated for 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Original Score, and Best Costume Design. Watching it, I liked it. I would probably give it 3.5 of 5 stars. I was very bored in the beginning of the movie, the first third. You could tell I was asleep.
Nodding off.
Yeah, so I was sleeping a lot. But thoroughly enjoyed when it got to the third act, especially when it got to the third act. It got better, and then I realized at some point. Okay, now I think I just realized. Okay, now I realize what's happening. So, I guess in order to make it a movie, they made one of the characters the one that was also writing the book of the movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay,
yes.
so the movie is set, so if you've ever read the book Little Women, the movie is set so that the book is also about the story of the Little Women, which sounds really confusing, but that is to say when it got towards the end, I was very confused as to where we were, how this was an ending, who was in charge, and all that stuff. So, it didn't take away from the movie, but it did make me a little confused. This is your second time seeing it. What are your thoughts on it generally? Especially now that you've seen it twice, and you normally don't watch anything twice.
That's true. I enjoyed it twice. I really did. My first time I went with my mom on New Year's Eve. We popped champagne in the theater. Highly recommend. This is my second time seeing it. But I liked it, and maybe I like it so much because I am a woman, and I really appreciate the story of sisterhood and family and love and loss and overcoming challenges. I just think it's really beautiful. It makes me smile, maybe tear up a point or two the first time I saw it.
See, all those things are true. I agree. I think there's definitely a relation that I'm probably not going to get because I'm not a woman. But I think in general, when I was watching it, I felt warm. I felt warm throughout most of the movie. And in terms of it being an Oscar nominee, it fills a spot that is normally for movies that make you feel warm, that just make you aw, and this movie did that. I think there were some issues with it, and especially in the beginning with the pacing, that kind of got me. When the movie picked up and it kind of got to where it was going, and it wasn't in the beginning kind of feeling like a loosely bunch of vignettes, you know what I mean, bunch of little stories. Once it kind of got more cohesive toward the middle and the end, I think I started to enjoy it a lot more, if that makes any sense. Now let's talk about the nominations it got.
Okay.
So, Best Actress for Saoirse Ronan, I 100% agree she should have been nominated. She did a great job.
Yeah, she crushed it.
This movie was largely performance-driven. I mean, when you have a movie where Meryl Streep is a bit character, then you're in for... I mean, Meryl Streep's a bit character. Laura Dern is a supporting character. The performance... Chris Cooper is a supporting character. These are the performances in this movie are fantastic. Was there anybody that stood out to you?
I love Amy.
AKA Florence Pugh.
Yes.
Yeah, and she was nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
I love her. Yeah.
Yeah, she did. She did.
I have a big girl crush on her now. That's the end of that. I think she was great.
Yeah, I think she's fantastic in this movie. She was nominated for Best Supporting Actress. I agree with that as well. Best Adapted Screenplay. I think Greta Gerwig writing this by herself from a beloved work of literary art, then I think it's 100% probably I think it's 100% properly nominated in that category. What do you think?
Agreed. I agree.
Best Original Score. I think the music did a lot of the work for making me feel warm. And I normally don't think about music, but this one had a lot of piano, and piano was a part of the story. So I think that made it good. And then Best Costume Design, of course. I feel like these period pieces always get nominated for Best Costume Design, and this one... I did not live during the Revolutionary War times, but
I think even within being a period piece, though, their outfits were really, really dope. I was I would like to wear that.
Yeah. No.
The one scene where all the sisters are walking together and they all have all these different colors on, and it's just so beautiful, the different patterns and things like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they did a very good job selecting color palettes, all that stuff. So I think it's rightly nominated in every category it got nominated in. In terms of Best Picture, this is not going to win. It's not, I can't, everything that's being nominated is not necessarily coming to mind right this moment. There's a couple of others. Me and you saw Jojo Rabbit together, so let's just rank it against Jojo Rabbit. In terms of which movie you think was better, what do you think was better?
Oh, I wasn't ready for this question.
Yeah.
So different.
Yeah.
So different, but I might have to go with Little Women.
Okay.
I don't think you were expecting me to say that, but I think I might.
Okay, well, you are a bad person and you chose the wrong movie. No, I could see you picking that. I think that would come down to a style choice.
Yeah.
I think empirically saying one is better than the other is going to come down to who is voting and what they like in a movie. But I would say that both of these movies, I gave Jojo Rabbit 4 stars. Mm-hmm. I'm giving Little Women 3.5. So I'm they're pretty close in range in terms of, pretty close in scoring. I'd say in terms of saying what.
That man just double taked at your troll so hard.
Okay, so there's a filter on my microphone that looks like a troll.
It looks like he's just holding a troll.
And everybody sees me talking into it. They're wondering what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it falls in good company with the Best Picture nominees. I'll have to see how the rest shakes out to see how maybe I have a couple arguments about maybe another movie or other movies that could have been there, but I don't know that they're outright better than this. I know this was better. I saw Ford vs. Ferrari. I know that this movie was better than Ford vs. Ferrari in terms of commentary of today, and in terms of like being relevant for women right now watching it and thinking about the choices that women had back then versus now. I think, and how little has changed. You know, while so much has changed, how little has changed. I think that begins to matter. What do you think?
I didn't see Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh no! I meant in terms of it being a movie that is also of this era for women.
Yeah, I like anything that like shows women being like strong and overcoming challenges and just like being there for their sisters and things like that. So yes, I think it's an important movie for women. Period. At any time.
Agreed. All right.
Especially right now.
All right, well, let's head to the car.
Okay.
Yeah, so I give it 3.5 of 5 stars. What would you give it?
I would say 4.
Okay, 4 stars.
4.
4 or 5 stars. I'm comfortable with this being nominated as a Best Picture nominee. I think it's a solid movie. Walking back to the car right now, and with that, leaving the theater is a production of Oh It's Big Ron Studios. Theme music by the mysterious Breakmaster Cylinder. To find out more about this show and other Oh It's Big Ron Studio shows, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Oh It's Big Ron. That's at ohitsBigRon. If you like this show, check out our sister show, Time Well Spent. I want to thank my guest, Molly. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Leaving the theater, we'll be back soon. See you at the movies.